from industry have asked me about my opinion of the fact that a financial crisis is turning right in front of our eyes into economic crisis. My answer to them was that I believe that the real problem is that companies simply did not internalize what are the proper actions that they should take in order to react to such a situation. And yes, what I see around me are actions like cut expenses, freeze investments. Some companies are even going to the extent that they are cutting people even though their sales have not yet went down, just because they're afraid that the sales will drop. My opinion is that if a company wants to cross these times and come out much stronger than they entered without suffering the bad consequences, turning this opportunity of the fact that something must be done into prudent actions, actions that are building, I think that companies will come out of it much, much stronger and much better. The first thing to realize is that how much time, if you take the right action, how much time takes to really improve a large operation. Somehow out there, we have diluted the concept of process of improvements into something that takes years before you see real results. This is simply not the case. If you're taking the right actions, the time to release a lot of cash from operation, the time that it takes, is not years, it's not even many months. In most situations, it's weeks. And these actions will not cut and compromise on the future. They will build the future. I think that I can prove with many cases, but much more importantly, with perfect logic, that that's really the case, and show what are the actions that have to be taken so that cash is released for operation in a magnitude that dwarf any other cost-cutting way, and while building the future. Yes, this will take several hours to prove rigorously. So what? More than that, the impression is that imposing improvements on the organization is creating pressure, creating tension, jeopardize human relationship. There is nothing that is as wrong as this impression. If the improvements are of the quality that they can have a major impact on cash within weeks, these same actions are of the nature that they improve quite dramatically for the better the human relationship, and do not generate resistance, but the opposite. But what the real point is, that even if you take these actions and you release more cash than you can release by any other way, including cutting the workforce by who knows what, like some companies I'm hearing that they already cut the workforce by 20%. Even if you take these actions, it has to be understood that the real message of this crisis has to be taken seriously. Companies have invested so much in order to improve their operation, in order to make their company solid. And now comes some change in the market conditions, and look on how much the companies are afraid of their future. This means most companies, with all their investment, with all their effort to build the strength of the company, did not succeed in doing it. They did not succeed to improve their company so that external, even a major change in economy, will not have any devastating effect on them. What I want to show is, if you take the first actions, the right actions that release the cash, these actions can easily be expanded to immunize the whole company. against future. And then, once we understand that, I believe that it's about time to talk about some things that nobody's talking about the real problem of managing and moving a company. The real problems in my eyes are the problem of how do you communicate through the layers of management, and how do you synchronize between the silos. As long as we don't have a real answer for that, we cannot move a company on a major scale smoothly. What I want to demonstrate is that these same actions that will release cash immediately and will build the immunization of the future to the company, these same actions can be the platform to have, once and for all, a solid answer to the question of synchronization and communication, and can be used in order to really transform the company. And then, let's talk about the real thing. The company being successful, synchronization communication being solved, this is not enough. We have also to answer what's in it for me, for every individual in the company. And the answer is not financial. The answer is, how can we provide that people inside the organization can live a full life? And if you have this environment of a very well-run environment, this is the best incubator to really enable the people to go to their full fruition. If you have that, we have a company which is ever flourishing. I think that the journey that I went through, first of all dealing with production back in the early 80s, the works that I've shown in the goal, that was written in 83, 25 years ago, to take the same approach, to take the same common sense and bring it one function after the other. After 25 years of this work, I think that I can give all the answers that I've just promised